Hey there, Amplifiers. Manny Torres here today, sitting in for Kenny Harper, and we've got another great Amplified Business Advisor podcast series today with our guest, Nathan Hirsch. I'm excited to have Nathan on the show. We'll be talking about him in just a moment. Just as a reminder, on this show, we're sharing the best tips, tools, and strategies for growing your advisory business by elevating the value and experience that you provide. And today, our big three that we're going to be chatting with Nathan about are: how do you prime yourself to continue to improve and elevate? We've got to be looking for ways that we can keep moving up and improving our business. And then we also want to, number two, how do you stand out and differentiate from your competition? So how are you making your business stand out from other ones? And then number three, how do you craft a memorable experience for your clients so that not only are they going to be doing business with you, but they're going to be coming back for more. And our guest today is Nathan Hirsch. He's with EcomBalance. Nathan is the Chief Executive Officer of EcomBalance. He helps e-commerce sellers and agencies master their finances. And not only that, Nathan has a ton of experience. He's also the founder of FreeUp, Outsource School, and of course, EcomBalance. And I'm excited to have Nathan on the show today. Nathan, how are you doing today?
Manny, I am great. Thanks so much for having me on.
Well, I'm really excited to have you here. I've been a big fan of you and all of your businesses. It's been fun watching you grow and develop those. So it's been interesting to see the behind the scenes. And I'm really excited to get into some of the insights that you can provide, not only to me, but to our audience, for other advisors and business owners that are looking to do the same.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Hopefully I can share some knowledge and help some people out. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, never had a real job. And as you know, with that comes a lot of ups and downs. So hopefully people can learn from my experience.
Definitely. All right. Well, I'm going to jump right into it. I've got our first question here. And the first question is, how do you prime yourself to continue to improve and elevate?
Yeah, great question. For me, it's about routine. I mean, I try to set my day up to be my ideal day every single day. I'm someone who likes to wake up early. I know that the first 2 hours of my day are going to be my most productive. So I have that blocked off for project time. I don't do any podcasts or any calls from 6:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. That's usually when I'm working on new things. That's when I'm researching something or I'm building something. And then from there, I usually have my meetings from that 9 to 11. I get to talk to my team, talk to my business partner, check in, make sure everything's going, make sure that I'm elevating them and that I'm pushing them to be the best that they can be. And that's usually when they start their day. So I'm starting their day with a game plan and hopefully some motivation to help them go. From there, if I'm doing a podcast or any kind of recording that day, I like to do it early afternoon, late morning. Right now, we're recording this at 11 a.m. Mountain time. I live in Colorado. And then the rest of the day is the phone calls. And I know that from noon to 4 o'clock, that's my least productive time. I can have phone calls. I can talk to partners. I can handle any client stuff, but I'm not doing anything super urgent or any kind of big building. So what that allows me to do is structure the day of what I like. And it took a lot of tweaking and fine tuning to get to that way. But if I'm taking on something new, or I want to improve on something, or I want to do some outreach to a big potential client or a big potential partner, or work on software to make our portal better, I know that I'm doing that at the time that I can maximize it every single day. So to me, it's a combination of that ideal day and also the consistency. A lot of times in entrepreneurship, you get caught up on the big projects. I got to build a YouTube channel and get 100,000 followers or whatever it is. For me, it's the small stuff. Who are the 5 influencers I can reach out to every day? What's the one software upgrade that I can make in the next 15, 30 days? What is that next client experience that I can make better? Looking at the client experience from point A to point F, let's say, and zoned in on, hey, let's focus on D. D is not as good as it can be. And let's focus on making that better for the next week or two. So really zoning in and then making sure that I'm working on that stuff in my ideal time each day. That's how I've been able to have moderate success over the years.
I love that. I love the structuring your day, getting in the flow, and then making that incremental growth. That's something that we preach with our clients all the time. How can you get that consistent growth so that down the line you can start to optimize and really see the added effects of all those things come together and amplifying your business forward. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to jump into number 2. You gave some great insights there. Nathan, this is something I'm really interested to hear from you in terms of your new business. How do you stand out and differentiate from your competition? Obviously, there's a lot of places that business owners can go to have their books done. But what do you do to help your business stand out from the other bookkeeping companies that are out there?
Yeah, so I think the interesting part about EcomBalance is we're entrepreneurs first, my business partner and I. We're also e-commerce sellers first, although EcomBalance works with a lot of non-e-commerce businesses, but we speak entrepreneur. And a lot of times bookkeepers or accountants, they're good at what they do, but they don't speak the same language. They're not good at taking the data that they put together, the reports they put together, the information that they get into a way that entrepreneurs can actually understand and make decisions on that information. And a lot of people have it backwards where the bookkeeping is just there so that at the end of the year, you can file your taxes. When really, in the way that we've always done it, the bookkeeping is there to give us data and information into the numbers of our business so that we can make good decisions every single month. Can we hire another person? Are our expenses going up faster than revenue? Is our business not diversified enough and all our revenue is broken down into one brand or one client that's a high percentage? Or should we be diversifying revenue streams? Or maybe we have 5 products, but only one of them is profitable and we're wasting time on the others. These are all things that the books can actually tell you. But a lot of bookkeepers get into the rhythm of getting the reports, sending it over to the client, and the client doesn't understand it, so they don't really spend time on it. When we encourage our clients to go through it with your business partner, go through it with your leadership team, make sure you understand your numbers and can make good decisions on those numbers. And I think we know what that perfect bookkeeping experience is. We've hired a lot of bookkeepers. We've worked with a lot of bookkeepers, some good, some bad. They've all had their pros and cons, but we're really focused on how do we make this the best experience for the entrepreneur? How do we make this useful and not just something that everyone hates and it gets done just to get it done? How can we put it in a way that someone can actually use those numbers to make good decisions in their business? So from a business standpoint, we focus on that. We focus on a high level of customer service. We want our business to be customized for the business because every business is different. We want our clients to have a good experience. We want, if we mess up, to take accountability for it and make it right and go above and beyond. Just today, we had a client that we gave a free month of bookkeeping for, and he accidentally got charged a month before he should be. It was an accident. It happened. We're building out our billing team. We're new. We're 99% of the time we've got it right. Here we made a mistake and we quickly refunded him, and we gave him a credit towards the next month as an apology. And I know this guy. He probably wouldn't have left if I didn't give him that credit. He probably still would have stuck with us. He was happy with his books. But going that extra mile, and that's something we've always done, whether it's outsource school, whether it's free up. If we want to go above and beyond to give you a good experience, but if we do something that isn't perfect, that doesn't lead up to that experience, even if it's small, we want to go above and beyond and make it right every single time. And that builds a lot of confidence that leads to referrals and people having a lot of trust in what you're doing.
I think that's wonderful. And you mentioned the word experience a lot, and that's something that we're leaning into more and more because there's so many options out there. You've got to work with someone that's going to provide a great experience, that's going to be looking out for your business. The other thing that you said that I really love is, looking forward, not just reporting on what happened, but how do you get that actionable information that you can use in your business. And as someone that's utilized your services, I love the way that your team provides those reports and how they provide those insights, because sometimes, you can look at a report and still miss things. So it's great to have that second set of eyes reviewing it to let you know, hey, did you see that this changed over the last month?
Yeah, and I appreciate you being a beta client and coming in early when we didn't really have a lot of processes. And one thing that probably wasn't great for you is our process from getting you to the point where you signed up to when we can actually get your books done, getting the access we need, the documents, the connections to QuickBooks, which is the least fun part of everything. But we kind of used our beta clients to say, hey, this doesn't work. This is annoying for our clients. This is taking our clients too much time. What does that perfect experience look like? And how can we set it up so that future clients clients have a much better experience from the point they sign up to the point where we can get going. So just one small example of us really zooming in on how we perfect a client experience of just a part of the overall experience.
That's wonderful. I love that. All right, we're going to move on to number 3. So question number 3 of the big 3, how do you craft a memorable experience for your clients? We touched on this a little bit here, but if you'd like to maybe go in a little bit deeper on what that experience is for your clients and how you make it unique versus other bookkeeping companies that they may have encountered in the past.
Yeah. So here's something that's kind of consistent among all businesses, all service providers. Entrepreneurs are busy. They need direct answers to direct questions, and they expect that if you mess up, that you make it right, which we already talked about. But even stuff like giving people quick responses, that's something we did at FreeUp. That's something we do at Outsource School, making sure that we directly answer the questions. And this is something we put through. We give our team a lot of training in this because, especially in bookkeeping, a client might respond with 5 different questions, and you want to make sure that you answer all 5 of those questions. You don't just respond answering 4 of them, and sometimes stuff gets lost, but you want to avoid that. But also you're giving direct answers where it doesn't require a back and forth. Manny, if you email me and we have to do a follow-up of 5 different emails back and forth in order for you to get the information that you need, that's not a good experience. So how do we think ahead? How do we make things as clear and direct as possible so that it's as little touch point as possible? While we love our clients and we love talking to our clients, we know that our clients don't want to spend an hour every day talking to their bookkeepers. They don't want to have a 30 back and forth email chain with their bookkeeper. So how do we cut that down? How do we make it easy? A big thing with bookkeeping is phone calls, which we are more than happy to have phone calls with our clients whenever they need within reason. But our goal is to make it so you don't need a phone call. When we send you a report, if every time we send you a report, you need a phone call to figure out what we just sent you, then we're not doing our job correctly. We want to put data in a way that's easy for you to consume, that you can do quickly, that yes, when something's bigger comes up or you want advice or whatever it is, you can have a call, but it's not necessary. So our goal is to kind of look at our service as a white glove service, as all our clients are VIP, whether they're spending $250 a month or $2,000 a month. And how do we make it easy for them so they spend as little time in bookkeeping as possible, more time growing and scaling their business, but still get the data and the numbers they need to really understand their business and make decisions.
Hey there, this is Kenny from Growth Amplifiers, here to ensure you get your awesome ideas into action to grow and improve your business and achieve your full potential. Take the first step by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. Take the assessment to get your personalized score. Then select from free resources to learn how to improve your score. Don't wait. Be proactive and take action now by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. And always keep on amplifying. Now, let's get back to the show.
That's great. And, you can definitely see your entrepreneurial experience that's popping in, whether it's the outsource team ability that you've trained your team really well, or whether it's FreeUp. All those things seem to really help your business in this third iteration of recent businesses. So I think that ties into all your experience. And it's really unique to see how that's unfolding and watching it grow. So I've enjoyed following that path and looking forward to watching it move forward.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to get into our advisor pick. This is our lightning round where you're going to share some of your favorite things so that we can share with our audience. So our first one up is, do you have a productivity tool that you love that you'd love to share with our audience?
Yeah, so I use a tool called WordBoard, and it has like all the links in my company. Like you're nice enough to leave us a review. So instead of let's say I have a customer that's willing to leave us a review, instead of me going to the review site and grabbing it or on a Post-it note, it's all in WordBoard where all our common links, all our common explanations. If someone asks, how does your pricing work? Or how do I book a sales call or whatever it is, all that's already built into just a button. So if I'm on my phone and I'm responding to someone's Facebook message or I'm emailing a client or whatever, everything's just a button away. And as I go through building a company, I build out this WordBoard. So every possible link, question, answer, whatever it is in there. And it just saves me so much time every single day and allows me to send people correct information, but in an efficient way for me, which allows me to talk to more people, get more done every single day, and be more productive.
Awesome. Love that. I'll have to check that out. And want to share a comment that we recently got from Jennifer. She said, love that. Answer direct questions with direct answers. So simple, so critical. Thank you, Jennifer, for commenting in. I definitely agree that, answering those questions, no one likes to have the runaround. So I thought that was a great insight as well.
To add to that real quick, so we're interviewing for an integration person to help get clients from point A to getting started. And some of the interviews we've turned down just because when we asked people questions, they weren't giving direct answers. They were rambling on. And if we put that as the first person our clients speak to, we know that's going to be a bad experience. So we need that person to be able to move quickly, respect our clients' time, value our clients' time at a high level, and give those direct, complete answers.
I love that. Is that part of your values, that part of your company values?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of my personal values. I mean, you've talked to me 100 times. I talk quick. I'm directly to the point. I'm not trying. I just value people's time. I know that they have better things to do than talk to me for an extended period of time. And I'm happy to chat and small talk and all that stuff. But when it comes to real business things, I want to make it clear and easy for someone to do business with me, no matter what company it is.
Love it. All right. So moving on to our next advisor pick. Do you have a book that you've recently read or one that you refer to on a regular basis that you would recommend to our audience?
Yeah, I am now blanking on the name. It's about electricity and the race between Thomas Edison and Tesla and a few other people in the space. If you Google it, it's a really cool book. I'll get you the link to it afterwards. But it's kind of fascinating how it came from ideas to people trying to steal each other's ideas to the business behind it and getting investors and competing with each other and a lot of stuff that people don't think of. They just think of, the light bulb was created and then we had electricity, but there was a whole process behind that.
Awesome. Definitely. We'll add it to the show notes. It sounds like a really cool book, a unique one. We typically hear the same one, so I like hearing something different. And next we have events. Are there events that you go to that you would recommend to others?
Yeah, so I took a 2-year hiatus from going to events, one with COVID, but two because we sold our last company Free Up, so there wasn't really a reason for it. I'm going to my first event next week, actually, in New York, Ed Rosenberg's event. It's a big Amazon conference that's in Brooklyn, I believe, and they're going to a Yankee game. They have a luxury box, and then it's the event, and then there's a dinner after the event the next day, and I also have some buddies I'll be visiting in New York. So it's something I'm going to do more of now that I'm a foster parent and a little bit more relaxed than I was with Free Up. I don't think I'm going to be traveling 3 weeks out of every month or anything like that. But here and there, I'll go to events and definitely look forward to meeting people there. If I can help you in any way or you just want to chat, feel free to come find me if we end up at the same event.
That event sounds awesome. It sounds like they put a big experience tied into it, which I think a lot of events are starting to do. It's not just show up. How do you make it something that's more memorable, something more than just business, but where you can really get to know the other participants there?
Absolutely.
All right. Number 4, is there an online show, a podcast, a YouTube channel that you subscribe to or that you frequent?
So this is my routine. So I'm a big investor. So I listen to the Motley Fool podcast every morning when I walk my dogs just to get updates on the market and what's going on there. When I work out, which is usually like right after this, I'll go work out. So after my podcast around noon, I listen to the Tim Ferriss show while I'm working out. And then in the afternoon, as I'm kind of winding down my day, I'm a big sports person. So I listen to the Michael Kay show and the Michael Kay show podcast. That's more of just a personal fun thing for me to get away from work. So that's kind of my routine every day. I started off with stocks, go on to Tim Ferriss, then move on to sports.
That's awesome. I like that, the different genres that you're going throughout the day. All right. Number 5, thought leader. You kind of touch on this a little bit with the podcast, but is there a thought leader, a mentor, someone that you follow?
Yeah, I mean, I follow a lot of people in the e-commerce space. Brandon Young, Laurent Hirschkorn. Those are just 2 names. That Kevin King. Like, there's a lot of people that I've just worked with in the past. That I've seen them at events. I've seen them speak. I have a lot of respect for the businesses they bring, but also just their how ethical they are and how they help people. When you get into the course space of anything, whether it's marketing or e-commerce, there's a lot of questionable players there. And these are some good guys that I know care a lot about their clients, no matter how much or how little money they make. And to me, that's important.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Nathan. And, we're wrapping up here. And for the listeners that are out there, our audience, if they're a e-commerce or agency owner or another small business owner that's looking to connect with you, what's the best way that they can reach out, learn more about EcomBalance, and take the next step into ensuring that they know all their numbers and that they can take actionable steps with the knowledge that they have?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, connect with me on social media, Nathan Hirsch, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I love chatting with other entrepreneurs. But if you go to EcomBalance, make sure you use Manny's affiliate link and you get 2 free months of bookkeeping. So we work with e-commerce sellers, but we have plenty of clients that are not e-com, Manny, for example. So if you're interested in a bookkeeping service, definitely check us out. 2 free months. Make sure you use Manny's link, and you can even book a call right with me right on the site. So I'm happy to chat with you.
Awesome, Nathan. Really appreciate having you here, having you share your insights on your journey. We like to end the show with just something that you've learned along your journey that you'd like to share with the audience. It could be business oriented, it could be life oriented, just something that you've learned that you feel would benefit others. Is there something you'd like to share?
Yeah, to me, it's all about consistency. Doing small actions consistently is way better than having shiny object syndrome and just going for the moon on big projects. For me, it's small actionable steps and getting your team in the same rhythm where every day you're making progress, you're building momentum, you're getting out there a little bit more, things are getting done, and you're moving on to the next thing. That's what we like to keep everyone focused on. What small steps can we take today, this week, this month to get to the bigger goal?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nathan, and wishing you much success with EcomBalance. I know you're going to crush it and continue to elevate your business, and appreciate having you here today.
Thanks so much for having me.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.